crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place?
The taco place?
Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cards are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN Live is presented by our title sponsor, RoadPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our major sponsors, Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, Lithia Ford of Boise, and the Blue and Orange Store. For more coverage of Boise State athletics, check out the all-new BroncoNationNews.com, now part of the 247 Sports family. Now, here's five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, what a sight it is. The Boise State football team practicing on grass yesterday. Their final official practice open to the media earlier yesterday, about 24 hours ago or so. Even got a few raindrops, a few sprinkles as the Broncos getting ready for all the elements down there in Florida. No yellow jerseys. That's always good to see in the videos here. The Broncos all accounted for in terms of the health, and hope they're going to get out there and be as healthy as possible in this game against South Florida on Thursday. And joining us, our man that will be sporting the travel gear already, Jay Tust, gets to head down with the Broncos to South Florida today. Jay, I know it's a very busy day for you. It's a busy day for myself, so maybe a little bit shorter show than usual, but appreciate you for finding a few minutes for us. How are we doing?
I'm good, man. It's go time. Season 15 for me, season 13 for you, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm bad at math, but I started in 2013, so this will be season 13, yes.
Yeah. Excited for this one. We get to travel across the country. We've done this journey a couple of times before in our respective careers, and now we get to go back to Florida and do it all over again. And usually the trips to Florida are memorable for one reason or the other. It's usually surrounding weather. But for the most part, the Broncos have had some decent success when they make this trip. So we'll see if they can keep it up.
I I added a new headset here. Does it sound all right? Hopefully it sounds good enough. We having to add with the two post-game shows now, one back in Boise and one down in Florida. We're having to add some equipment, so testing out a new microphone today. Hopefully it sounds okay. Everybody, Chad saying, I think I saw this guy on something called Bronco Studios the other day. Jay Tust, Bronco Studios. Yesterday, Jay, you guys had a football-heavy episode if folks going to want to go back and watch it, but obviously and then you guys are going to be live tomorrow, I believe, from Florida as well. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we are too. It is trial and error right now, but we've avoided air for the most part. But looking forward to getting out on the road and trying to do it, to start a normal show from Florida tomorrow. And as we continue to grow, we'll push our live capabilities. But we're just doing what we can with what we have right now. But man, there's something about the first road trip, and I think that we feel the same juice as the players and the coaches do, in all honesty, BJ. If anything, we get to kind of embrace it a little bit more because we don't have to focus and worry about winning a football game. We got a lot to do, don't get me wrong. We got a lot to memorize and stuff like that of our own. But the energy of the first one is just it's a little bit different than the rest of the road trips because it's about as excited as you get. I'm probably most excited for Notre Dame this year, like anybody is, but the first one is always just awesome. You get on the airplane, you travel across the country, and you kind of feel like you find your fall routine again.
He is Jay Tust, Bronco Studios. My name is BJ Rains. This is Bronco Nation News Live. We do it every weekday morning here at 9 a.m. talking Boise State football, Boise State sports, as we get you set for the game on Thursday. Jay, now officially on board with Bronco Studios, part of the media team there at Boise State. So, Jay, you'll be heading down with the team today. Looking forward to that great coverage. And, don't get too comfy in first class there. Caviar and everything else they'll be giving you guys there. Just enjoy it, and pretty cool for you, man. But looking forward to I think hopefully catching up again with you on Thursday on the pregame show and kind of getting the lay of the land. But so this has to be a new, unique experience for you, man, after all these years covering the team for KTVB. And I know you may have snuck on once or twice as part of your deal on the team charter, but just to now be officially part of the team and getting to see this from a different perspective, this has got to be a unique experience that'll be cool for you today and this week.
The only time that I've ever done that is coming home from the LA Bowl, man, in 2023. But mostly that happened because a lot of the players were going home for Christmas right after that. So part of our agreement with KTVB, if there's an open seat, but I'm telling you, there's like never open seats on these flights. Like it just never happens. So happened once in 14 years. And I've never flown anywhere with the team. So this will be a little bit of a new experience. And I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I've probably on the plane. I'd assume I'm one of the longest tenured people that's been involved with, covering Boise State or whatever. But I feel like I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. I feel like I'm the new guy. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just going to try to quietly fit in and hopefully I'm going to try to be like a holder or a long snapper or something in this case where nobody notices me, and that would probably be a success story. But
well, you're going to have the camera. You're going to be going up and down the aisle probably with the camera and doing all kinds of things. You're not going to lady, but no sleeping on this flight. Jay's going one-on-one with everybody. I'm sure the Wi-Fi will be working. You'll be streaming live. I mean, I'm sure you got big plans here for the flight. Come on. By the way, are you middle seat? Do you know your middle seat?
You act like
you said you're getting initiated.
I don't think any of that's gonna happen. I don't even know if I have Wi-Fi, bud. I don't know. Like I said, this is a whole new experience. I literally called Kuth yesterday to ask him. I was like, "Can I bring a carry-on? Like, I got to bring my laptop and stuff, right?" So he's like, "Yeah, totally. You're good."
Yeah, it's going to be a cool experience for you to see this from a different angle and see how the team travels and gets down there. You guys will do your show tomorrow, and then, like I said, hopefully on our pregame show, catch up with you after you've arrived with the team at the stadium, kind of get the lay of the land on how the team's feeling and everything. And Jay, as it gets a little over 48 hours away here, 2 days, a little over 2 days till kickoff. I mean, I think I can tell. I don't know. There's excitement in Bronco Nation, but I'm starting to sense a little bit of nerves coming in too, where it's like, hey, this is obviously a massive game for the season, and you start to look at South Florida and you look at this quarterback and you think about everything they've got going on there with their tempo and the weather and all this kind of stuff. I think that the point spread's only 6, and I know maybe fans, that's what fans do, right? I was getting nervous about the Fresno State game for Kansas as it was getting close to kickoff. Like, that's just what you do as a fan. But I do sense in our message boards and on social media that as this game gets closer, I think fans are starting to get, not to say that they're nervous they're going to lose, but just getting a little more uneasy about this thing.
It's because it's the first game of the season. We've had so long to talk about it and think about it, right? And now that as kickoff gets a little bit closer, I think naturally you probably do get a little pessimistic just because you start to overthink it a little bit, right? Maybe you start to watch too many highlights of their QB who looks like he could be very, very good. He really does. He does seem physically impressive. But I just think that's the thing where you overthink it, and maybe some of the nerves and stuff start to get to you as a fan. But we talked about this on Bronco Studios a little bit last night, BJ. And that's like I know win probabilities, like whatever, but like it's things that we can point to and drive a discussion for. And if you look at like the win probabilities for Boise State this year, their second lowest win probability is just over 64%, and it's this season opener, right? And so if they want to attain going back to the college football playoff and all of these goals, this is like, it's not a conference game, no, but it's a really, really important game. And if you just look at the win probability suggested by ESPN, they are suggesting that this is the second most difficult game on Boise State's schedule this year, only trailing Notre Dame.
Yeah, and as Sky Ship says, don't forget last year against Georgia Southern, taking them to the wire until the fourth quarter. Openers are always wild and fun. Blake says, I remember being nervous about the Troy game. I think that was probably a 10-point spread or so in that one. I forget. But this one has come down. It was 8.5, 9 points when it opened, Jay, and it's kind of settled now at 6. It got it as low a week or two ago, like 5, 5.5, and I think it's kind of settled at 6 here. But what do you make of the hype around their quarterback? And Spencer Danielson, I put a package together we'll hear on the pregame show, talking about him and how he's going to play on Sundays. But just what do you make of Byron Brown and their quarterback and all this talk about their tempo being the fastest team in the country, go, and trying to, out to get you, to the line of scrimmage. Scott says, what's the over-under to win the game for Boise State on his rushing yards? He has 60. I don't know what the official, number is, but what do you make of their quarterback? Are we hyping him up a little too much because we've had a month to do it, or is he going to be, as Spencer Danielson said, maybe one of, if not the best player they play all year? Which, don't forget, they're playing Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. I was going to say, Notre Dame's loaded. Like, I don't know if he's the best player they play all year, but unequivocally, I'm very confident saying he, at the very least, Byron Brown's at the very least is going to be one of the best quarterbacks they face this season. And he's physically impressive. He can run away from you, he can run over you. 6'3", over 230 pounds. Let's face it, that would be, not far off a starting linebacker at Boise State, right? So they're going to have to, they're going across the country to face this team. They're going to have to play really well right out the gate in order to make sure that they go and secure a victory and set the rest of their season up for, another run at the college football playoff. 60 rushing yards. I would hope that they can keep him.
He was for 103, I believe, against Alabama last year.
Yeah, I'm going to hope that they keep him under that, because that would be a big total. That would be, if they allow that. Let's face it, against Alabama, he also I think he threw for 103. So he might, I can't remember what you said, like 108 or whatever he had in rushing, but he also had 100, 3 yards passing and was 15 of 35 or whatever. So they might have picked their poison with him. I don't know. Probably need to keep him under 60. I go back and I do think there's some similarities to him and John Mateer last year, Washington State's quarterback, and Boise State did a really good job against John Mateer. If you remember, John had early on, he broke off a big run, and then I think he actually finished with negative rushing yards from there on out after that big run. So they did a good job with him. And now they're going to have to maybe, execute a similar game plan against Brown.
By the way, Jay, I have the new headset here. There is no truth to this rumor here that I'm going to be flying your plane today. It looked like the airplane pilot. at least if it works, that's fine. And actually, you're a broadcast guy. You know the headsets. These are the bigger ones that fit a little more comfortable on the ear, so they look a little funnier. But when you're wearing it for 2 hours straight during
you get those little ones, and they like make your ears bleed. It feels.
Yep, and that's what my other ones are. And so you wear it for more than like 20 minutes. And this one, I think you trade, I guess, the maybe the silliness of the look for the
let's face it, BJ. Like, you're barely in condition in the state of mind or condition, if you will, to ride on the plane by the time you get aboard, let alone fly the plane.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah. I thought you were going to say have to hold a microphone for 2 hours. I'm not, on a pregame show or something, so I'm going to go for the headset, so I don't have to. I don't have the forearm strength yet, but no.
He's just a fun guy to hang out with if you get to the airport early, though. I'll say that.
oh, now I know where you're getting.
Yeah,
at.
You know what I mean. All right, there we go.
Hey, you enjoy your bottle of water on your flight, Jay. I'll be having more fun than you on that one. But they have the new what they call it, the new Idaho Tap House, the new you'll never have to deal with this anymore. But us commercial folks, they redid that bar in the Boise airport, and I was there for I walked by it for the Vegas flight last week, and it looks very nice. So kudos to the Boise airport. They did what anyone should do. They got rid of a lot of the tables and just made the bar about 3 times as big because everyone wants to go just by themselves and sit at the bar. So but we're taking the kids tomorrow, so that's a little tougher, Jay. It's this is the one game a year we decided to take the family on this trip. So
why do you say it like that?
Because you can't. It's not as easy for me to just go grab a beer at the bar before.
When are we going to do the highlight recap of Naismith dropping bombs at BP practice yesterday?
After tonight's tryout, hopefully, if things go well. So he had a good final hitting session before his tryouts tonight. But I have no idea where we're going right now with this. I should start hitting the gym with Jay. Dude's built like a fullback.
Since we have had a kid, I haven't sniffed the gym. I'd love to be able to get back in there.
Shout out Camille, man. What, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks here with the little one, and going to be
it is
down to Florida.
3 weeks to the day.
And you're letting you go down to Florida for a couple days.
My wonderful mother came into town though. We needed backup for my first road trip away. She's also going to come back for Notre Dame since that's going to be a longer one. But so what you got to do to make it all work, and it'll give me a little more peace of mind while I'm working on the road.
Johnny would prefer we talk BSU guys. Surf City Bill says Johnny's getting annoyed. Let's stay off topic for one more question here because I know folks are dying to know this. Jay, how many people are in your entourage now in terms of makeup, cameraman, assistant, protein shake specialist, etc.?
I feel like since we had our kid, -1 because my one person entourage is now gone. So I'm gonna go -1 at that right now. So
I did hear that
dude. I'm not kidding. Like, it really does feel different. Like I've traveled to cover Boise State football. I don't know, probably darn near 80 times in my life, and this trip just feels a little. It might be even more than that. This trip just feels different. Like
well, we joke about me maybe having an airport beer, which, by the way, who was the guy, the NFL player? That was one of the greatest tweets of all time. I don't know if you saw that, Jay. The guy got cut from like his 7th NFL team, and he posted a picture of the airport beer or whatever, and he said this nothing beats the just got cut from the NFL for the 7th time airport beer or something. Not many of you would know, and I thought that was Ben DiNucci. I thought that was that was great there. It is a different. I mean, you're going to have police escorts now. You're not going to be having to go get an Uber or rent a car, or now you have folks carrying your bag straight to the hotel. I mean, this is. What
do you think this is? Maybe the police escort to the game, but I don't even know, man. Like,
they take the bag.
I'm along for the ride. I'm asking stupid questions because I want to make sure that I can. I don't know. Pack toothpaste? Does that even matter? I don't know.
Did you get
give you a recap
bag and a travel suit and all this kind of cool stuff? I mean, at least get some swag.
I'm trying to pack small for this one. I'm just only bringing a duffel bag because, like I said, I don't want to be an inconvenience. So I'll figure it out. I'll report back.
Overweight, and they find out it's because Jay Tust.
Yeah, why do we have Jay?
That's funny. I actually know what I mean, you're a part of the team officially, but there was one time like 8 or 9 years ago coming back from Albuquerque where the basketball team let me buy a seat. I paid my seat. I paid for my spot on the plane. They had one spot left or something opened up. I paid for it. And I remember like, I'm asking the SID, where do I sit? Who do I stay away from? How am I trying to like just, sit up front and not bother anybody? And I sit next to Bob Beeler on the flight, and I'm sitting right there just trying to mind my own business. And every single player as they got on, and they just lost by like 1 point at the buzzer at New Mexico or something. And they were all just, it was a horrible experience to have. And I just remember every player the entire time, like seeing me on the bus. What's he doing here? Seeing me on the tarmac. What's he doing here? And then like they get on the plane, I'm sitting there kind of like, they're all just like, why is it? But now you're you're part of the team, man. It's going to be a cool experience for you.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to rock flip-flops on the flight? They're wondering. What's the shoe game?
Only one way to find out. I'll let you know, Dayton.
You're going to give it a shot. All right. There's no team issued shoes or something you have to wear on the flight down.
Like I said, I'm going to be prepared for everything. Let's just leave it like that. I'm going to be prepared for everything.
You won't be on the bus because you'll be in the limo with the coaches, according to.
If there's a limo, man, that would blow my mind. So I'll let you know.
Bronco slides, is that what the?
I will say Dale was very kind and gave me a pair of nice Nike slides. So they are pretty cool. I don't know if those are necessarily plain attire. They might be like kind of coming home. I'm thinking like everybody's trying to be a little more comfortable. I'm thinking that's it.
Johnny says, I'm stopped at a red light on Overland Eagle. We want game time. Now I want to see how far we can go without talking about the game, just to tick off Johnny. But Jay, somebody is asking here, what time do you guys arrive in Tampa tonight? I know we are kind of having fun with this whole thing, but what is kind of the team schedule that you're able to share the next 48 hours, whatever, till kickoff?
It is more unique than like just like a normal conference road trip. They're going a day early because it is a long flight, right? And so we leave, this early this afternoon. I think we don't get in until later, but that's just as Eastern time, right? We lose a couple of hours. Outside of that, I know that they'll try to go through any like normal Friday routine tomorrow in Tampa. So,
I believe they're going to a local high school tomorrow in Tampa.
Yeah. So they'll have some type of practice, walk through, whatever. They'll check out Raymond James, I believe, but outside of that, like then they snap into game mode because they're less than 24 hours from kickoff, right? So they're going early. It is a little different, I think, for a cross country travel like this. I think they do go with a little bit of a bigger plane, but the cool thing about that is Bronco Nation and their support, it just continues to grow, and the Lyle Smith Society just continues to grow. And if you contribute to that, like there are really, really cool perks. And I know there's, Brian Beals and Jake Thompson and our awesome staff over with the BAA and everybody, they would know more about that. But there are certain levels that you can hit, and you have opportunities to even travel with the team. So there are certainly perks if you become, that type of influential Bronco fan, if you will.
Oh, and yeah.
There are
Jim Sturk there. A lot of the boosters, they'll rotate those guys around for sure.
Yeah. So I know this is a popular trip. Notre Dame will be a popular trip. But yeah, just it is that's why, like, I really do think, like, when you start to kind of see behind the scenes a little bit, and you can see why there's so much emphasis being placed on, not worrying about emotion, staying focused, things like that. I think it's because these guys are so routine driven, and whenever anything like kind of maybe isn't quite aligned with their normal routine perfectly, everybody's just got to make sure that these guys stay extra dialed. I expect that to be the case. They've done this before. They've had good success going to Florida before, but I don't think it's just coach speak when that topic comes up. And Spencer did spend some time on that on Saturday talking about it.
Chad says chartered flights don't typically have to go through security, so Jay's guns are safe.
The first one apparently kind of do have to go through security, but then
it's a modified.
Established everybody.
Okay, it's a modified one or something.
I think. I'll let you know.
Will the team be purchasing the pickle juice locally or pack their own?
I'm going to guess.
Apparently, they were telling us on the Riley and Ridge show last week, Matt Lauder and Matt Wagner were talking about the pickle juice shots. They have like modified shots of pickle juice, essentially, is one of the many things there. And then somebody mentioned a fan that they used to use mustard. You ever heard of mustard as a
I do think that's I mean, I would not choose that.
Guy, Matt Lauder said, I want no part of mustard when I'm sweating and hot and all that. But someone did say that was a possibility.
That sounds awful.
What are you hearing and preparing for in terms of the weather and the conditions down there?
Everything. It wasn't it weird, BJ, that we got just like a little douse of rain at practice yesterday.
A couple times it started to mist, and it was a very light rain. And
it's gonna be. It's gonna be way hot. It was only like 80 degrees even in the morning yesterday at practice, so it's gonna be much hotter than that. But a little bit of rain. It even felt a little muggy. Usually they have to go indoors to really simulate that atmosphere, that environment. But it did feel just like a little humid. Funny, it rained a little bit. Johnny, like, oh man, it started to rain, and then he ran to his car because he didn't want to, he didn't want to stand in the rain, even though he's from like the Seattle area.
I noticed him hurrying off. I wasn't sure if he was getting that parking.
I don't know what that was about.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Johnny stuck it out the whole practice. It was funny though that happened. They'll be prepared for whatever, man. Like it's so funny. It seems like it's just like silly fun.
92 and sunny. Best day of the week, he said. There you go.
All right, sweet, Ben. Ben was chiming in on Bronco Studios yesterday too, so we appreciate you, Ben. I think he is in Tampa, giving us a nice little insight as to what the weather's like there. So we appreciate you chiming in, Ben. But they'll be prepared for whatever, man. Like it's funny. It seemed like that practice we were at the other day, where they had the slip and slide out, and the fire hoses and the sprinklers were going off. It kind of like had like a fun atmosphere to it. But that was intentional. Clearly, like if there's a lightning storm, which could happen, I don't know. They'll be prepared for it. I think the best thing is that every time we've gone to Florida previously, BJ, we've known we've been flying into something. Like we knew that the game might be moving, there might be a delay. Like we were tracking a hurricane, any of that stuff.
That was the eeriest one. Literally flying straight towards a hurricane, and you knew it was a day or two away still, and that the game might get moved or whatever. And then I think on my layover in Denver is when they actually announced they were changing it, so I had to fly to Jacksonville anyway. But I remember that, just you're seeing this hurricane and your plane's going right. That was a very odd one.
It was odd, but this time at least there's not that, so that gives me
a little bit of rain. I mean, it's Florida. I look on you look on your iPhone weather app, which is never usually that good anyway, but it shows 50% chance of rain every day. I mean, I'm like that's Florida and it's August. I mean, it is. Hopefully, it rains for an hour and then moves on. But in terms of a pregame show, I would prefer it not rain from about 3:30 to 5:30 on Thursday local time. Other than that, I don't really care that much. They do want Sire, just for fun, to bring back the actual jar of pickle juice like Jay Ajayi had back in the day. Colton Martin does say one mustard pack goes a long way. And apparently, Chad says mustard tricks your nervous system to prevent cramping. Fun fact. So maybe that's something they need to look at.
If anybody knows, Chad must have been, mustard pack at a game prior to being at Star Centennial High School, helping that football team, I'm guessing.
Ginger shots are the latest hit, according to D-Ray. I don't know if you know anything about ginger shots. Scott Ford, I'm in the Panhandle right now. Cooled off last night. Looks nicer this week than the past several weeks. So
that's perfect timing. I mean, I'm just so excited to see some of these question marks.
By the way, Jake says, guys, Johnny's having a cow by now.
He is. I know we've lost him. I really am. Like some of these question marks we've just been discussing and debating for months now. Like we get the answers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is this wide receiver room truly, a room that you're going to spread the wealth that's maybe, feels like they are deeper than maybe they've been in recent years? Or is it the opposite of that? Like we are going to soon find this stuff out, right, BJ? So the game is ultimately what matters. And on Thursday, we get to watch the game. On Thursday, we finally put the question mark to bed, or the question to bed for the most part is, how do you replace Ashton Genty? We'll know. Is it a perfect distribution of carries between Malik Sherrod and Sire Gaines? Who's getting what opportunity out of that group, right?
Yeah.
It's Chris Marshall in the background there. He's had a hell of a last 3.5 weeks to start the season, and people have raved about him. I think the thing that's kind of cool about that too, BJ, is like even, Nate Potter, the offensive coordinator, he just he brought Chris up by himself. Like that was organic. That was not like something, at least initially the first time it happened, it wasn't something like we asked him to bring it up. He brought it up. Mm-hmm. And so that gives me a lot of hope that he's ready to go. And even when we were talking with Maddox yesterday, Chris is in his size at wide receiver is the last time I'm trying to think, man, but the last time they probably had a 6'3", 215-pound dude running routes, he's probably coaching at Boise State right now. It was probably Matt Miller, because even Cedric Wilson, as good as he was, he was a little leaner. Thomas Spurbeck was a little smaller. Shane Williams Rhodes. I mean, obviously, he was a smaller guy, if you will. You look at last year, Cam was put together well, but I don't think like quite as thick as even Chris is right now. So they've had some guys that have probably came close, but Chris would really pose a unique size matchup that Boise State would and could look to exploit.
He might be the one guy I'm more excited to see on Thursday than anybody, because he may have been that guy for the Georgia Southern game for me last year. I was so excited to see what he could do. And
there is a, correct me if I'm wrong, BJ, there is a night and day difference for me hearing people talk about Chris now versus a year ago. Like, he still felt like a wild card a year ago, and I think he still feels like that a little bit now. But like, people will bring him up naturally. You don't even have to be asked. Like, who's impressed you? Chris Marshall's impressed me. And I just think that's not something that that's not something that would have happened a year ago.
No doubt. Let's see. Folks are talking about the game day uniform. You're not probably supposed to comment on that, but I did see that your game notes may have accidentally leaked that, Jay. The looks like it's going to maybe be the white helmet, white jersey, blue pants. And shout out Dale Holste. I wasn't sure what it would be, but I had a pretty good feeling Dale was going to fight for the no white pants on the grass, Jay. That was the one thing I felt pretty good about. He's told me in the past that the grass stains are really hard to get out of the white pants. So he doesn't typically get involved much, but when it's a grass field, he begs, if at all possible, to not go with the white pants, and it seems like that's going to be the case.
Well, how about this? I mean, we got David Dietrich and Alex too, for that matter, in charge of the game notes. And I'm just saying, look how early they were out this year, man. Last year at this specific time, they weren't maybe as timely. So they got some new guys responsible for that.
Maybe not as many typos in them as
maybe not. Whatever. I don't want to go into it too much, but either way, those guys are absolutely crushing it. And
yeah, they handed out a Monday press conference. I was handed a full color copy of the game notes. Shout out to the SID staff for sure.
Yeah,
it was great.
It's been a minute since that. I don't say a minute, but I'd say it's been at least a year since that happened. So those guys were crushing it. They were on it, and yeah, maybe the uniform combo got out, but I mean, at this point, game one, I don't even care, man. Put them in whatever. I just want to watch some football.
BSU Bill says makes sense. It was the same combo as of the Florida State game. That worked all right.
Yeah, that worked pretty good. I think in the Florida State game, did they wear the blue face mask?
They did have blue face masks in that one, which would be nice. Nice.
I like the chrome blue. I like the chrome blue face mask on the white helmet. I think it's a sharp look. It doesn't mean they got to wear it this week, but I do like that look.
They're ready to overreact and buy Chris Marshall NIL merchandise when he balls out on Thursday.
Perfect, Cold. Yeah, there you go. And the good news is our good friends, BJ, over at the Blue and Orange store, you can go over there on we'll probably close Monday. We'll have a show Monday. I'm going to guess they're going to be closed Monday. But either way, next week, head on over there, and you can get your custom Nike Chris Marshall 5 jersey printed right in front of you over at the Blue and Orange store.
Yes, they will literally print it while you're standing there. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Get a Chris Marshall jersey. You can do that on I guess, yeah. Well, you could do it Friday, right?
You could do it. Oh, good point, man.
Friday. They'll be open on Friday.
Point.
We know you'll be going straight from the plane at 2 a.m. right into your office to get ready, to keep working. So maybe they'll see you there in the morning.
Perfect.
Jay, are you going to sign autographs after the game with the
I love you guys. You guys are the best.
Oh, what a day. You see the linebackers here, Jay. Let's go talk defense for it. Well, first of all, quick question for you, Jay. Who do you think would be the not who you think will do it, who is the Vegas favorite, if you had to guess, the Vegas favorite to lead Boise State's team in rushing on Thursday night? And the fact that it's not an immediate answer, I mean, that it's either Gaines or Sherrod, but the fact that
I'm just because you asked, I'm gonna lean Malik.
Okay. I don't have an answer. I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is one. I was just curious because I think up until a month ago, everybody would have for sure said Sire Gaines or whatever. And I think the fact that Malik's even put himself in this position, and Spencer said they're both going to split carries. The game flow, don't hold them to that, exactly. The game flow will play out, but the goal is to try to get those guys an even, pretty close to even number of carries in this game. And the fact that they both are different kind of backs and do different things, Jay, I think they could complement each other. I'm waiting for that first series or first play where we get them both out there together. I think that'd be kind of cool if they did something. But I'm very curious to see the running game. We feel pretty good about it. I mean, I know it's this kind of big cliche story. How do they replace Ashton Jeanty? I think we feel pretty good about it. I think Boise State fans feel pretty good about it, but how it's actually going to be dispersed and play out, I think is something we're looking forward to seeing on Thursday.
I think we're excited about that and excited about this defense too. The cool thing about the season opener is, yes, there's always like surprises by the opponent, right? But there's even surprises by Boise State. And I specifically remember last year, I mean, it felt like throughout fall camp, we were going to see Boise State use Marco Notriani and Andrew Simpson in their base defensive package, right? And then all of a sudden the season opener gets here and it's Alexander Tubner out there along with either Marco or in that case Andrew Simpson. And so they always have like some surprise wrinkle where I feel like we've watched a lot of practice and they even can throw something at us that we haven't seen or known. So, it'll be fun to see what game plan they come up with, how they want to attack South Florida. And I'm eager to see that. And just a second ago, even saw like a bull highlight, number 91. He's rocking on Med's number now. He during the interview the other day, BJ, like where we stand and do the interviews. I don't know if you heard this or whatever. Look how long he is standing in the background.
Looks like Leon Rice would love to have him playing basketball.
For real. The table that, they usually sometimes they'll put the coach's food on and stuff. If that's not going on, we interview the guys to utilize the blue background so it looks nice. Well, when Bull came up to do the interview, like he sat on it like it was a chair. It was a lot of guys like they'll kind of lean against it or whatever because they find that comfortable. He literally just like sat on it like it was a chair. I don't know if I've ever seen. I don't know if Boise State's ever had a guy that could just like do that. He's very long. He's I would probably consider him a little raw because he's so young, but they expect him to be a contributor moving forward quickly too.
No doubt. Speaking of contributors, Josh is asking you what's going on with Kobe Young. I don't know if expectations were too high for coming in for him. But I mean, he is out there practicing, but he hasn't played football in a couple of years, and I think expecting him to be a major contributor, especially early in the season, probably was asking a little too much.
Probably asking way too much. I think we're confident. I mean, if you just followed along with practice at all, that's probably not going to be ideal. I kind of wonder, is he going to be a travel guy? Will he get the opportunity to do that? I think that's kind of a first goal for him. And after that, you just try to build and move forward. And I know like his eligibility, even moving forward, he's got at least 1 year. I think when I initially talked to him, he was optimistic that he might get a second year. But, like you just said, man, he hasn't played football in a long, long time. And just to expect you can be a crazy athlete, and he is, but just to expect him to, show up and be able to figure it out immediately is probably unrealistic.
Jay, last thing for you, I'll let you go. I know you got a busy day getting ready to get on that plane and head down. I'll keep it rolling for a little bit, but just 48 hours from kickoff, all the last 8 months, this team coming off the Fiesta Bowl and just all the winter workouts, spring scrimmage, and all the spring camp and summer and fall, and then now to be packing a bag and getting on a plane to go down to start the season. I mean, massive expectations for this team. I guess what's just if you were writing the opening script for the blueprint or something again on KTVB? I mean, what's just your kind of synopsis here of this team and these expectations and some questions, but I think people feel pretty good about it overall. But obviously, a lot for this team to prove and try to live up to this year.
I think one of the things that I'm just excited to see if and how it plays out is, when Spencer took over as the interim head coach at the end of 2023, there was just this crazy emotional swing that helped them finish that year strong. And I think everybody was so darn excited to have a first full year of it. And then Ashton Jeanty throughout the year just created this insane energy around Boise State football, right? And so that really lasted throughout the whole season. And so where does that spark come from? Who makes this like that truly that special extra piece that allows us to be another college football playoff team? I'm just so eager to see who stands out. Like, I think that we would have expected Ashton to be special last year. I don't think we would have expected him to captivate the country. truly finished second in the Heisman and threatened Barry Sanders' rushing record. Like I thought for sure he'd go over 2,000 yards, but who creates that special energy that allows you to navigate a season where you get physically and mentally worn down by just the routine and brutality of the sport, if I'm being honest, for 15, 16 weeks in a row. I'm excited to see who that person is. I think that Malik Sherrod, I think that his energy, I think that his making ability could help that. Sire Gaines, we joked around with Spencer this week in the press conference, BJ, but like if you shake Sire's hand, you better brace yourself or you might break it because that's how firm his handshake is. You've talked about that before. It feels like when you're interviewing him, he's staring through your soul because he's so intense. So I think he's going to contribute to that. And then Maddox Madsen he's so confident right now. I just want to see who's the guy that, really helps intangibly take this team to the next level.
Well, it all gets going in about 55 hours. Spencer did say 3:30 on Thursday. He knows that Bronco Nation will find a way to, he said, we know these businesses. They're going to, whether they let you leave early or let you put the game on at your desk. We're hoping that, everybody will find a way to tune into our pregame show and all of your guys' coverage at Bronco Studios in Boise State and then kick off at 3:30 Mountain Time. Weird time, but it is what it is, but it's for 30 minutes. You're the only game in the country going on. So that's pretty cool, at least.
Yeah. You hit it on the head, nail on the head, bud.
One thing I heard about, Jay, is that the pirate ship for the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't think my kids were excited to go over there and check that out because they both play on both of their flag football teams are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year. So they're actually looking forward to going down randomly. And so they're both looking forward as a side story to going down there and checking out the real Buccaneers, so to speak, in their stadium. But apparently they don't open up the pirate ship in the end zone for the college games. So
bummer.
I thought you could on the pregame show from up there or something, but no.
What it is.
4:00 tomorrow, correct, Jay? Give us the Bronco Studios coverage here. Yeah. What you guys got going on?
We will be live at 4:00 Mountain Time, and just hoping to compliment everybody's coverage and get you ready for kickoff against South Florida on Thursday. It's almost go time. I'm going to throw a couple more things in my bag, and then head on down to the studio and wait for takeoff, basically.
Well, shout out to Camille again, the MVP there helping out, and you said Mama Tust as well, I believe. So shout out to the family. I know it's fun for us, Jay. It is work, but there's a fun aspect to it, and a lot of times there's our wives and kids and stuff are a lot to deal with back home, and so they're the real MVPs, especially on this one where you're going to be gone for 2.5 days with a 3-week-old. So kudos to the family there for helping hold down the fort while you give us this coverage here.
Absolutely, bud. Absolutely.
They're asking about Bronco Studios. That's in YouTube, correct? Is that the best spot?
Yeah, check it out. That's the best way right now. So we're trial and error, but that's where I don't know even why I say that. It's actually foolproof. That's why we're there. We go to YouTube, and I think in the future you'll find us on social media platforms and stuff like that, like Facebook. But right now, head on over to YouTube. 4:00. We're live tomorrow from Tampa, Florida. 4:00 tomorrow, live on Bronco Studios, and then Jay is going to pop on the pregame show with us as well for a few minutes and give us his keys and final thoughts as we get set for kickoff on Thursday. Jay, well, safe flight. We'll talk to you down in Florida, man. We'll be heading down tomorrow, so enjoy this, have fun, and we'll see you down there tomorrow, man. Sounds good, brother.
There he is, Jay Tust, Bronco Studios. Appreciate him. Very busy day for Jay, jumping on today before they head down and making it work today. We appreciate him for jumping on and having fun here on a Tuesday. We can still continue to take your thoughts, your comments here for a little bit longer. Spencer Danielson will be talking to the media here in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we appreciate Jay. As I said, very busy day for him jumping on and making that happen. But RoePaint.com, our title sponsor. ROEPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company. We're going to hear from the South Florida coach, by the way, in a minute. RoePaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. Make sure you check them out, all your painting needs. That's RoePaint.com. ICCU now on board as an official sponsor at Boise State and Learfield. They got 7 NIL deals with their athletes. ICCU.com. Make the switch today. The Raines family did. We couldn't be happier. Loving our relationship with ICCU and just a tremendous experience. You can move the money online. It's so easy. Check them out, ICCU.com. TacoBellWorks.com. Hey, Taco Bell at TacoBellWorks.com is where you can go to get more information on Taco Bell and their giving efforts. They've committed more than $400,000 to student-athlete scholarships at Boise State. You can try the all-new chicken and steak street chalupas, the $3 Chipotle Ranch grilled steak burrito, the new crispy chicken strips, or the Mountain Dew Baja Midnight Freeze today. Taco Bell, the future of fast food. You can visit a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today, and you can visit Jackson's and get those trading cards. $12.99, get you a pack of trading cards. And tonight is Riley and Rid. Can't wait for that. Hopefully you will join the guys over at the James Kitchen and Bar that is sponsored by Jackson's. Riley and Rid tonight, the guests, Brad Bedell and Michael Callahan. Brad Bedell, Michael Callahan will be live at the James Kitchen and Bar tonight, 8 o'clock. Make sure you make plans. A season preview tonight on Ball Talks tomorrow night. Tonight is Riley and Rid, 8 o'clock. Get your season preview with Riddle, Bedell, Callahan, and Riley Smith. That is tonight at 8 o'clock, and that is sponsored by our friends at Jackson's. Hey, we mentioned the Blue and Orange Store. Get over there to the Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. They got all that great gear after Thursday's game. Yeah, you can go in Friday and get your jersey and all that great stuff there. They're open during normal business hours right there at the Boise State Hall of Fame, the Allen Noble Hall of Fame, the all-new Blue and Orange Store. And, of course, you can still order online anywhere in the world at the Blue and Orange Store. And Lithia Ford of Boise, their fall kickoff sale is underway. Lithia Ford of Boise, they have some great NIL deals that they're doing with players, including Latrell Capels, and they're taking care of Spencer Danielson and Jeremiah Dickey and a lot of your favorite coaches, administrators. They all have vehicles from Lithia Ford of Boise. So Lithia Ford of Boise online, lithiafordboise.com. They are our pregame show sponsor. We cannot wait for our pregame show coming up. That'll be at 1:30 on Thursday. I'm trying to put the timing together. Mountain Time, 1:30 Mountain Time, 2 hours prior to kickoff. We will be live from the field at Raymond James Stadium. I am renting the Starlink today, taking it down to Florida with us. We should have a good signal, and we got multiple cameras. We're going to show you warm-ups. It's going to be hopefully the best setup we've ever had for a pregame show. I'm very, I'm bullish that it's going to be a really, really good product. So give us a shot. 1:30 Mountain Time on Thursday, 2 hours prior to kickoff. We'll be live. We have Jay Tust live. We have Jeremiah Dickey live. Cody Gogler live. Who knows who else is going to be around there, but we have a ton of coverage planned for you on Thursday, 1:30 Mountain Time, 2 hours prior to kickoff. We will show you the warm-ups live as the players are getting set for kickoff against South Florida, and they'll be showing the pregame show live at Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian. Come hang out, take a half day at work, half-price alcohol on Thursday, all beer, wine, and cocktails all day, Thursday at Uncle Bob's Pizza. The Steele brothers have an NIL deal. They'll be giving you half off or $5 off their pizza as well. But the pregame show will be on the TVs at Uncle Bob's. The game will be on the TVs at Uncle Bob's. And then we're going to have a halftime show and a postgame show with Chris Van Sickle, Nathan Carroll, and Michael Callahan. So come hang out with the BNN team and be a part of a live halftime show and a live postgame show. We'll take your thoughts at halftime. We'll take your thoughts on the postgame show from Bronco Nation News. So make sure at halftime you jump on over to Bronco Nation News, and we'll have a halftime show for you. We're going to try that out this year, and then we're going to have the postgame show as well. So make sure you tune in for the postgame show. It'll kick off right after the game ends, right there at Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian. So join the guys at Uncle Bob's. Watch the game. You got great half-price drinks. They're going to be raffling off some gift cards to Uncle Bob's as well. If you've never been out there, it's a tremendous spot. It's at Locust Grove and McMillan right there in Meridian. Tremendous spot, family friendly. They have an arcade for the kids to play in, and it's a great spot and tremendous pizza, and I highly recommend it. So get on out to Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian if you can and watch the game with us. Looking forward to that. Going to go to the watch party, but are there a decent amount of TVs? Yes, they have a ton of big screen TVs. They've got the 75, 80-inch TVs all the way around the place. They're going to have the sound pumping through the loudspeaker system. So you are going to have no problem seeing the game, especially if you get there early and get a good spot right by one of the big TVs. But great pizza, half-price drinks, and you're going to have the sound up on there. Like I said, you get the pregame show firing through there, the postgame show as well. So come be a part of if you're looking for something fun to do on game day, come on out to Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian and join us. And again, get there early and get your spot. Kickoff is at 3:30. All right, let's hear briefly the South Florida coach, Alex Golish, speaking with the media, getting ready for this game.
are extremely excited. Our guys are extremely locked in and focused on the task at hand. This is going to be a really, really cool, really, really exciting challenge. It's an awesome way to start the season off against a really, really good football team and a really good program. Got so much respect for that Boise State program. Got so much respect for Coach Danielson and what he's been able to do in a season and a half in terms of a team that you watch the culture. I know I said it last week, but you watch the culture on film. Guys that play extremely hard, guys that play extremely tough. I think the most telling thing, and we've talked about it as a team every opportunity we've had, is how they're able to go finish football games. They had, 6 games last year going into the fourth quarter that were one-score games. 6 games that were one-score games. And you're looking at a ball club that won 12 games on the season. So guys that know how to go finish, guys that know what it takes to go strain to win, on top of being a talented group that plays to their potential. You look at offensively, that offensive line, truly where it all starts for them, and they've got every guy on that O-line is a senior or a fifth-year guy, or a fourth-year guy that's played a ton of football, a tight end group that's probably as good as there is in the entire country, a wideout group that's super experienced. They lost some guys that played a ton of ball a year ago, but older guys that are super experienced. I know they're excited about their young guys there. A running back room that's been waiting for an opportunity to go. They had the best running back in the country a year ago, and a room that is ready to go carry the load there. And man, you watch the quarterback, controls the game, super accurate, does enough with his feet to create things down the field, does enough with his feet to go pick up first downs when he has to, but so poised, so under control, and a guy that looks like he's played a ton of ball. So a really, really good group offensively, and then defensively, a group that returns virtually the whole secondary, a linebacker core that played a ton of ball a year ago, and a D-line group that sets the tone for them. Tackles for loss, sacks all over the place, one of the top pass rushers in the country back, one of the top interior D-linemen back. And so a really, really good group. Talent-wise, they brought some guys in from the portal that you go back and watch. High-end talent. So when you combine high-end talent and an elite culture, as I see it, not being there, but you can watch it on film. So for us, huge challenge. What do we have to do to go be successful is ultimately play really, really hard for 4 quarters. And I bring up the fourth quarter stat because it's a team that is used to going into the fourth quarter and finishing football games. You look at the 2 losses a year ago, Oregon on a last-second field goal, and then fought till the very, very end there against a phenomenal Penn State team. Those are the 2 losses in the fourth quarter. Other than that, found a way to go win it. So just a really neat game 1, all eyes on this game nationally. It'll be an incredible environment at Ray J. I couldn't be more excited for our program to start off the season on a national spotlight on Thursday night, opening weekend. Put what we've done on display, and it'll be great. Like I said, I got a ton of respect for that crew. I got a chance to meet Spencer this May out at meetings in Arizona, and certainly seems like a first-class dude that runs a program the right way, and certainly excited about the matchup. So.
There you go. Alex Golish, the head coach at South Florida. Did his homework there. Max saying, dang, coach did his research, and that's respect. So, that was from his press conference. We got some more from Coach we might hear on the pregame show. We got a lot of stuff on the pregame show we're excited about on Thursday. But we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. And, yes, please do smash that like button for me. We would appreciate that. You can make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're building that thing up as we continue to – we're about to be at 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. So appreciate all you guys for finding our channel and liking our videos and watching our videos and telling your friends and all that good stuff. So Spencer Danielson is talking to the media in about an hour, and I've got to get down there, so I need to go rent my Starlink as well. So a lot of errands and things to run today before we fly out to Florida tomorrow. So appreciate all you guys for checking us out. Thanks to Jay for jumping on as well on a busy day for him. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have Winston Venable, Wednesdays with Winston, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. before we fly out. And we have all kinds of great coverage coming the next couple of days. That starts tonight, 8 o'clock. Head on over to the James Kitchen and Bar for the Riley and Ridge Show presented by our friends at Jackson's. That's tonight at 8 o'clock. The Riley and Ridge Show is live tonight at 8 o'clock there at the James Kitchen and Bar. You can go out on the patio, hang out. If you're a paying subscriber of BNN, your first drink's always on the house. And you can also watch the show on YouTube at 8 o'clock tonight. They'll be joined live with Brad Bedell and Michael Callahan. So 2 members of the BNN team hanging out tonight. Couldn't get a current player because the team is flying out today. We're looking to get Jaden Virgin Morgan next week. I heard that might be possible. So tonight's going to be Brad Bedell and Michael Callahan. And looking forward to that 8 o'clock tonight. Hope you'll join us live at the James Kitchen and Bar. Or you can watch the show on YouTube and ask your questions, and they always enjoy the interaction with you guys on the chat. So appreciate it. Going to go get Spencer Danielson's comments. We'll get that up on the site soon. Go subscribe if you can. BroncoNationNews.com, now part of the all-new 24/7 Sports Network, and excited for our partnership with them. So our all-new website is live, and we're in the VIP message boards chatting with fans daily and content going up daily. I think we have a plan for like 6 post-game stories to go up. If you want to know the snap counts for all the players, the Pro Football Focus grades for all the players, all kinds of stuff post-game, we're going to be getting up for subscribers. So if you're on the fence, you're not sure, you've thought all about it, it's the perfect time. Our fall camp special ends in 2 days. Your last chance to jump in at the discounted rate of 50%. Just $5 a month is going to get you unprecedented coverage of Boise State athletics, both digitally with our shows. Tomorrow's show, Ball Talk, Sanford and Johnny, is only subscriber only. So you have to be paid for that. And then all of our coverage from South Florida, our post in the message boards, our live game thread, all of our post-game coverage will be for subscribers. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support of BNN. Go subscribe if you can. BroncoNationNews.com. We'll get Spencer Danielson's interview posted to our YouTube channel early this afternoon, and we'll be back 9 a.m. tomorrow with Winston Venable. We're 2 days away, folks. We are so close. We are almost there. We can't wait, and we're here to take you every step of the way. Bronco Nation News and online at BroncoNationNews.com.
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.